A judge is now saying that the Jane Doe, that 17-year-old Jane Doe, must reveal herself. The same one that was wearing the D&G shirt, she must reveal her real name. So does this mean that Misha's story is not true? What?
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up, man? Things have been getting wild as we've noticed, as we've already known. We knew that it was going to get ugly before it gets better. Things are just going to get worse before things get better in this Diddy case. It has been very, very wild as of late. There have been people that have been stepping forward, speaking out, telling their stories, accusers, victims, etc. But there has been one particular person that's been out here in these internet streets saying that she is indeed the Jane Doe wearing the D&G shirt, sitting on Diddy's lap at Bad Boys recording studios. Now we're starting to hear, or Daddy's recording studio, whichever it's called. Regardless, that infamous photo that we've all seen, we already have heard from someone by the name of Misha. Now we've been hearing a few different other things. First off, let me just share with you guys this, okay? The law firm that's actually representing that Jane Doe spoke out. They wrote something online, and in a way, I kind of wish that they had said this. Went to the news, had an interview, something of that sort, just so that we could get this out more, so everybody would know. Because what Misha is saying out here is some seriously damning things, and the things that she's saying is absolutely heartbreaking and mind-blowing. If any of those things, what she's saying is true, let's be real. It was hard to listen to her story, and it's been pretty wild. But nonetheless, we are hearing something now from the actual law firm that's representing this actual Jane Doe. And what they say is very revealing. Take a look at this. It says, a woman has recently come forward claiming to be our client, Jane Doe, who asserted claims of gender-motivated violence against Sean Combs, Harvey Peer, and others. She is not the individual we represent in the pending lawsuit. This is a dun-dun-dun, of course. Our client's identity remains confidential. Now, what's wild is I figured that this piece of information would go viral right now because everybody's wondering about Misha. Everyone's wondering about her story, if it holds up, if she's telling the truth, etc. Because what she says is mind-blowing and absolutely heart-wrenching. It is hard to listen to, okay? And she's been out here. She's been out here talking. Now, here's the thing. We hear from the law firm that's actually representing the actual Jane Doe. That's what they claim. This Jane Doe, they're not saying is Misha. So could Misha be lying? Again, I'm just asking the questions because clearly, if they're sitting here saying this is not the individual that we represent, that clearly says that she's not the Jane Doe in the photos wearing the D&G shirt. That's very revealing. But also what's also interesting and very revealing as well is that now a judge, and I'm assuming because of all the craziness and all the ridiculousness that has been happening as of late, now a judge is sitting here saying this particular Jane Doe now has to reveal her actual name because I feel because of all the mucky muck that's all over the internet right now. All the craziness, all the allegations, accusations, etc., that have been going on, people who are stepping forward saying, yeah, that's me. This judge now is sitting here going, no. We're going to fix that right now. You're going to step forward. I'm sorry. It's getting too messy out here. There's too many things that are being said out here in these streets. We need to reveal your name right now. And I think that's what's going on right now. I mean, that's my assumption. But let's take a look at this article because, again, I am shocked, but then not at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But, always give it time because the truth shall always come out. A woman who claimed to be flown when she was 17 years old on a private plane to meet Sean Combs, okay, Diddy, and was viciously attacked at his recording studio in 2003, must use her name in her lawsuit against the mogul. And I keep wondering, is it because of what happened on the internet? Is it because of these now allegedly false interviews that have been made, that have had so far? Because you got to remember, Misha, and there's been other people as well that have been out here telling their stories on multiple platforms. Multiple. It's not just been one now. It's been multiple now. And so is it now what's happening now? Is it forcing this judge's hand to basically say, we need you to step forward? I'm sorry. We got somebody out here making these claims. We don't know which is which, what is true. We need to expose the truth, and we need to expose the liars here. And maybe that's what it is here. But just remember, Wigdor is the company, the lawsuit, or the law firm. They are saying that they do not represent Misha. They represent the real Jane Doe. Again, this is terrible, especially if it's somebody who's still scared to step forward. But now she must make her name public. She now must step forward. She is being forced to step forward. And is it because of Misha? I don't know. But let's continue on. All right. We already know that she is suing Combs, Harvey Pierre, and allegedly there's a third unknown associate that SA'd her back in 2003. But this lawsuit was made in December of 2023, so almost a year ago. All right. Roughly a year ago, 1 month after Cassie filed her bombshell lawsuit, which we already know about all of that. But beyond the initial filing, which includes photos of the Detroit area high schooler sitting on Combs' lap, yep, the infamous D&G shirt, the case has largely been at a standstill while the woman waited to see if her case could continue after Combs' team challenged the New York City's specific statute that she was filing under. So they say that his team, Combs' team, argues that Doe's case should be tossed because the Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Law, the VGMVPL, was preempted by the expiration of other statewide look-back laws, specifically the Child Victims Act that expired in August of 2021. In her opinion, published on Thursday, U.S. District Judge Clark ruled that the case could continue under the VGMVPL statute and directed Doe to comply with a previous order to unveil her name. So, in order for this to continue going, yes, it could still be under the Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Law, but one of the deals that has to happen is this Jane Doe has to come out with her real name. The only way that this can go any further in court is if this Jane Doe steps forward, which is wild, okay? And in a second slight win for the Combs team, Judge Clark also ruled that the corporate defendants, Daddy's house, the name of Combs' Manhattan recording studio, that's the name, the Daddy's house, and Bad Boy could be dismissed from the case. So those things are going to be thrown out. So if she's going after his recording studio, she's going after Bad Boy, she's going after every entity that's under Diddy, they're sitting there saying, no, those things are dismissed. You're just going to be going after Diddy and Diddy alone. While Doe will have to come forward publicly if she wishes to continue with the lawsuit, it's still largely a favorable outcome. It also bodes well for other survivors whose alleged attacks took place after 2000 and have sued under the same provision. Now, again, some people are looking at this and going, oh, damn, right? This person is going to have to step forward and reveal her name. This could be two different things. One, yes, it exposes the liars. It exposes the people that may be out here telling stories that aren't entirely true. That could very well be it. That's one thing we have to put in consideration. Number two, this could scare this Jane Doe in running away, cowering in fear because maybe she doesn't want to have her name out here. Maybe she doesn't want people to know who she is. She's already gone through enough trauma She's already gone through enough in her life. Does she really need to have this out here for the public to know her name? I could totally understand that concern and that frustration as well. But at the same time, this also can expose a person who may be fibbing, who may be stretching the truth, and so on. That's another thing. And again, we have to err on both sides of the fence. We got to sit on the fence and look at both sides, right? Not only can it make sure that the person, whoever's doing this, whoever is accusing him of doing these things, it can make them step forward and reveal themselves to show proof positive. Yes, he did these things to me, and I'm standing 10 toes down. Or it's no, I'm scared, I'm running off. Both things can happen, right? Both things are possible, and both things are still on the table. But see, the thing is this also will reveal a lot on what's going on in these internet streets. Yes, I said it earlier, but I'm going to repeat it again. There's a good possibility that any person that's been out here, saying certain things, talking about, telling stories, taking someone's story and just turning it, spinning it, and adding more to the story to make it their own, that is terrible and devastating to see. But that could also unearth and expose the people that are not telling the full truth out here. Again, you have Wigdor speaking out and saying, hey, this person is not who she says she is. We do not represent that Jane Doe. Now, let me just say this and just err on the side of caution. You never know. Maybe she is a victim. Maybe what she went through, what Misha went through, is very well the truth. Maybe it's just been jumbled up because of what has happened to her. I don't know. I'm just erring on the side of caution because let's be real. The stuff that she does say is, heartbreaking, as I said before. But it also tells me that maybe there's a possibility that somebody's out here just trying to scoop a bag. That's a possibility too. And that's really sad. Trying to take advantage of a situation like this just for your own financial gain. That's really messed up. But what say you guys? Like I said, everything's still up in the air. To me, what Wigdor is saying here clearly says one thing, but at the same time, anything's possible. I really think that Wigdor is representing the actual Jane Doe, and what we're hearing from out here in these streets is a fabrication. That's just what I'm going to say until I'm told or proven otherwise, right? But what say you guys? The fact that this Jane Doe has to step forward, the fact that they're saying that also, let's not forget that too, that she has to step forward. Remember, why would they have to say that if she already stepped forward? Think about that. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button, and we'll talk very soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.